Good evening, my family, my friends. I don't hear myself.
You're on.
I'm on?
You're on.
All right. Good evening, my thank you. Good evening, my family, my friends, and my enemies. We are live. This is Live Free or Die. Thank you for joining me. It is Saturday, February 9th, 2013. We are live, people, in the brand new studio, the Firehouse in Spanish Harlem from New York City. Oh, yes. This is a wonderful experience I'm having here with, I got a nice engineer over here helping me out. This is like I don't even know how to explain it. It's a crazy experience. Well, thank you for joining me. Today's topic of the show is going to be, if you haven't figured it out or nobody has told you yet, the Second Amendment is for hunting. Yes, you didn't know? The Second Amendment is for hunting. Hunting tyrants. Okay? Not hunting deer, not hunting fish, hunting tyrants. Okay, so for all you tyrants out there who want to take our basic liberties and rights, you should think about that before you proceed on taking our rights, because the founding fathers had a message that you will not take our basic human rights, our basic Second Amendment, our God-given rights. I feel excited being here. So we're going to be covering a whole bunch of news topics today. Once again, my printer is down. I can't help looking at myself at this big TV over here. This is great. My printer is down, so I don't have my news articles in front of me. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the number out. Let me just put that number out there, 212-860-3583. That is 212-860-3583. I need you, the viewer, to help me out with some news topics. If you haven't heard, there's a big asteroid. It's going to pass by the Earth. Who knows? Maybe it may hit us. Who knows? You know how NASA is. They'll tell you one part of the story, but they won't tell you the other part. Also, you got a crazed maniac cop going around in L.A. Apparently, in his manifesto, he says he's a big supporter of Obama and Piers Morgan. Sounds like a typical Democrat. No, I don't think I'm a Republican. I tell you time and time again, I'm not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am a constitutionalist. And what else do we have? What else that I can get off the top of my mind? Massachusetts, they declared martial law because of the snowstorm. And they say they will arrest you if they see you out on the street driving your car. You can go to jail and face a heavy fine. Martial law has been declared last night in Massachusetts. This is why I call it that. Actually, a friend of mine asked me to move there recently, and I said, over my dead body, will I ever move to Massachusetts? Anyway, this is a live show, 212-860-3583. We have a new number out, and this is insane. The audio is kind of freaky. The video. This is like a new. I feel like I'm in a spaceship. This is awesome. I feel this is like a real studio here. This is wonderful. All right, so on to other news. Basically, there has been a purge going on in the Facebook community and the YouTube community. Jesse Ventura's channel, Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura, has been taken down, and then it was put up again. This is how I get my show out. I get a lot of views through that outlet. And what they did was they took down that channel. They blocked my channel. And they also blocked my YouTube channel. So my Facebook and my YouTube channel are now being blocked somewhat, where I can't put up any post, and they're manipulating the views. Because when you come out with real news that the mainstream media refuses to cover, they will censor you. And so I try to go back on what I covered last week, and basically it came down to what don't they want you to hear is the real question. So let's see, I talked about the communist Chinese possible invasion of the United States because they have their little China economic zones that they are now being given because we owe them $16.4 trillion in debt. So now they do not want money anymore, they want land. So now they have these economic zones, these Chinese cities where they basically operate tax-free. And their media, the Chinese media, is pushing for the abolishment of the Second Amendment. And I explained the reason why they want to get rid of the Second Amendment, in my opinion, is so they can invade. And, you know, it's time, people, we restore the Second Amendment. We need to restore the Second Amendment here in New York City. Because if you look at cities like New York and Chicago, who has the highest murder rate per capita in the United States, what was it, 542 murders last year? Yes, they have basically a total gun ban in Chicago, and people get killed there every day. So, and you see a lot of gun violence here in the city. You know, where guns have been illegal, I believe, since 1911. They call it the Sullivan Law. Where they make guns illegal, you see only the criminals have the guns. And the criminals are not going to go up and turn their guns in these buyback programs, get a $200 little gift card. No, they're probably going to sell it back on the street for double, triple the value, or even go out of state and buy and sell them out there. It's like the drug war. How good has the drug war been going? You know, during Prohibition, the drugs were legal until they ended Prohibition. Then alcohol was legal, and so they had to put something else on the black market. So they decided in 1930 to make marijuana and all these other drugs illegal. And how has the war on drugs been going? Yeah, it ain't going good. There's still drugs out there. Half the prison population, it's filled with, you know, these people using drugs and stuff. I believe we have a call. Yeah, just get the name and where they're from. Matter of fact, just punch them right through. We don't screen calls here. Caller, you're on the air. They hung up. Well, you know, people get shy when they, yeah, they call up just to storm right through. We don't screen calls here. This is a live free or die production. You can say whatever you want. Of course, if you start cursing, this is a family show, you will get hung up on. And like I said, speak your mind. If you know of news that I'm not covering, because like I said, my printer is down, hit me with some news topics that you heard of, and then link the source, you know, because if you go to websites like drudgereport.com, infowars.com, naturalnews.com, these are all alternative news media sites that can give you an extensive amount of knowledge that you will not get from the mainstream deceptive dinosaur dying media. These scumbags are bought and paid for by the banksters, the bankster elite, the Federal Reserve. You know, this is when they censor me, when I especially start talking about the banksters, when they implemented the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, which basically took over our monetary system, and now we owe this fraudulent debt that it's not even ours. We need to proceed like Iceland proceeded. And they wrote off the debt, and now they don't owe anything. They arrested the banksters, and now their economy is thriving. You see? Give me a call. I'm telling you, we're live. 212-860-3583. 1-212-860-3583. Wow, not many calls this week. I usually get flooded with calls. Hey, how many lines on this?
I think there's 6.
How many lines?
I think there's 6.
6 lines. So I can get up to 6 callers at a time. Unlike the other studio where I can only get 1 call at a time. And a lot of people always complain about there's only, we got a call. Only 1 line open. So let's just throw him through. Caller, you are live. You are on the air. What's on your mind?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? It's Steve from Midtown, everybody.
Oh,
Thanks for
yeah.
calling, Brother
Yeah,
Steve. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I understand you don't have your news in front of you like you normally do.
Yeah, I've been having problems with my printer. I just bought this brand new printer cartridge, and all of a sudden the printer stopped working. Coincidentally, it was this article about Obama and the Constitution, how, he swore an oath. Anyway, what's on your mind, brother?
Well, anyway, I thought that you wasn't going to be on because they're doing construction at the M&N studio, but I think it doesn't affect you, though.
Oh, no, brother. We got this new temporary studio at the Firehouse. I got a great guy back here engineering the show, and he's doing an awesome job.
That's why you have a new number there, right?
And this is be my new number for the next couple of weeks, I guess, until we get back to 59th Street.
So that's what you're going to be using, all right?
Yeah, I'll be using this studio for the next couple of weeks. Hey, any news?
Where's the studio at? 59th Street?
This is up in Spanish Harlem, Steve.
Oh, that's what they put you at, right?
It is called the El Barrio Firehouse in Spanish Harlem. You got any news on your mind?
Yes.
All right, hit me with it, brother.
Hello?
Yeah, hit me with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Infowars.com and over Alex Jones. And I think on March 15th, that's supposed to be when the mark comes off. With the mark of the beast or something.
Are you talking about the implementation of the RFID chips that was written in the Obamacare order? I don't know if they're going to make that fully mandatory, but it is in the Obamacare package
agenda, right?
Where they want to put RFID chips into all patients receiving Obamacare. Yes, so they claim to medically track you and keep a better track record of your medical records, but it's all a spy grid program.
Oh, yeah. Now, what about those drone planes and stuff? What's the status on that? Because I know they're supposed to be using drones and all that over on American citizens and all that.
Well, yeah, you got 30,000 drones that they want to implement throughout the United States, and you got people like Al Sharpton who say, these Southerners and these people don't need the Constitution and they don't need their guns because we got drones. And how do they expect us to overthrow or take a government back that's rightfully theirs if we got drones? They couldn't hold down Baghdad. They still can't hold down Afghanistan. A drone will not stop 1.6 million people who are armed. That's a conservative number because that's just 1% of the people that are armed in this country that will not turn in their weapons. But God forbid it ever comes to this because it is just, insane, I tell you. Anything else on your mind, Steve?
Oh, yeah, now they're talking about those scanners and stuff that the NYPD wants to put out there, scanners and all that to see if you have any armed weapons. You're supposed to eliminate the stop and frisk, I think?
Yes,
they were talking about scanners.
Oh, these scanners are a disgusting thing, Steve. Let me tell you, the terahertz imaging scanners. They tell you how great it is, how we can use this scanner to look and see if you have a weapon, and it's all great. It'll stop the stop and frisk. Oh my God, it's wonderful. What they don't tell you is, that this scanner unzips the double strand in your DNA. It basically destroys your DNA. And just like the damn scanners at the airport, that's why I always opt out. I will never, ever volunteer for one of these damn scanners that gives you cancer and unzips your DNA.
So this is part of the population agenda.
I don't know what the hell. It's about control, Steve. They want to control.
Oh, yeah, mind control, yeah.
Gun control is not about taking
slavery.
Yeah, gun control is not about taking the guns away. It's about controlling the people.
The population.
Yes. All right. I appreciate the call, Steve. Talk to you next week, brother.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else want to give me a call? 212-860-3538. We are live. It is Saturday, February 9th. Oh, boy. All this tyranny makes me sick. You know who makes me really sick is Michael Bloomberg, that scumbag, this three-term emperor. You know, this guy and all the politicians who are pushing for this gun control agenda. You got Obama there with his Photoshop skeet gun, and it looks like a Revolutionary War weapon. And it's you got Governor Cuomo, basically totally wants to abolish our Second Amendment. And I believe we have some phone calls. Throw them on. Caller, you are live.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, my name is Jimmy from Manhattan.
Talk to me, brother. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to say hello. I just tuned into your program. Really don't know what it's about, but I know you're speaking some political correct stuff there. And you know, I was just wondering, man. You seem a little bit angry about what's going on in the country, and you know, and you know, this is a free country, man. If you know, I always say if somebody's not comfortable with what's going on politically or socially in a certain place, they can really go someplace else, you know?
I appreciate the call, caller.
That's the way I feel about it.
I appreciate the call.
All right.
Yeah, you have that right to go somewhere else. But a lot of people who want to come to this country, they have to follow what this country was founded on, and that is the Constitution, okay? What's going on today is these politicians are not following what this country was founded on, and that is the Constitution. So if you don't obey and abide by the Constitution, then you need to get out of my country, okay? I will not go anywhere. I will stay here till I get my constitutional republic back. Caller, you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, what's on your mind, sister?
I just wanted to say that you're awesome. Keep up the good fight. I appreciate you and everything you're teaching us. Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. All right, let's go to this next call. Caller, you are on the air. What's on your mind?
Yeah, this is King Riso Love.
King Riso Love from up above. What's going on, brother? What's on your mind?
You already know, so I'm on my, you should get out the country, okay? You should get out the free country. And we're free over here.
You mean my country? My free country? Well, actually, no, I'm looking to get out the state, King Riso.
Yeah, definitely. That last call is misinformed. Do some research and look up how free we are.
Oh, man, I tell you. What else is going on, Riso? Give my... my caller, my viewers are basically a quick synopsis of what's on your mind and what the hell's going on, in case I'm missing something here.
No, you're not missing anything. You got the Obamacare coming up, like Steve said earlier, with the R&D chips in it. Why would you put something like that in a package of medical? I don't even understand that.
It's to track you and better serve your medical needs. Don't you know that?
Yeah, that's why they got computers with your records in it already. You don't need to put something in my body. Some foreign object. I don't even know what's in it.
Even though it could probably shut you off like they shut off a computer or shut off your phone or shut off anything remotely.
Yeah, I love it. We should all line up for it.
And
I want to see how many
enslave.
fools line up for that.
And enslave and track you, like Mayor Bloomberg admits he has Easy Pass detectors in the middle of Times Square, even though there's no tolls in Times Square. Why are they tracking Easy Pass?
You know, they track everything. Your credit cards, they can use your debit card. Every time you go to Dwayne Reed and use their discount card, it tells them what you buy, what you like.
And do you notice anytime you search something or you buy something and then you go home later on, you're checking your email, you're browsing online, and you start seeing ads pop up of what you just searched or what you just bought? Because they're spying on you. It's a total spy grid.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you know that? I never put that information to my computer.
Oh, they know everything. The Patriot Act that Obama extended, which Bush started, but Obama extended because, you know, that's the kind of change we got coming to us.
All right, so what's going on with this studio?
What's going on with what?
with the studio you're in now?
I'm in this temporary setup while they, what do they call it, renovate the old studio on 59th Street. We're here in the Spanish Harlem, Ree. You got to come up here and do a show with me up in Spanish Harlem. Represent the Boricuas and the Dominicans.
Yeah, all right, we're going to do our thing. I'm going to talk to you soon. I'm at work right now.
All right, I'll let you go, brother. Thanks for the call. I appreciate the call.
All right, cool.
All right, that was King Riso Love from Up Above. He was on the show a while ago. Good guy. Lots of knowledge. Gave me the first book about Malcolm X. And being that it is Black History Month, I will be doing a show about my favorite African-American male, Malcolm X. The guy's actually way ahead of his time, I tell you. You can see last year's show I did on Malcolm X if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/LiveFreeOrDieMNN, and check out last year's show. We didn't actually cover much, but basically we broke down how Malcolm X was a true enemy of the New World Order, how he was ready to bring the United States to the United Nations Court under under charges of criminal charges for the abuse of black people in this very country where they have the United States basically uses this United Nations, which is, I believe, a new world order. The United Nations is evil, people. They have Angelina Jolie going around saying, "Oh, let's have these little Dafar things," and meanwhile, she probably sacrifices children, her and Brad Pitt, because they're all Luciferians. I don't know if you saw the football halftime show last week on Sunday, where Beyonce threw up a little Illuminati sign. This is all run by Luciferian, Illuminati sect, devil-worshipping scumbags. All right, I believe we got a caller. Caller, you are on the air.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm coming on this month, so we're doing Black History Month. And we're definitely going to do about Agenda 21 at Monster 21, how, Planned Parenthood and little Bill Gates fought over there, and how they, want to, you know what they want to do, right? You know what I'm talking about. Oh,
like Margaret Sanger, who created what's the abortion thing called? Planned Parenthood.
Yeah,
and she basically called black people parasites, maggots. Anyway, we're definitely going to do that. I got another call, and I appreciate the call, Ree.
Definitely.
All right, we're going to hook up for sure. Let's go to this next call. Caller, you are on the air.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, there was a documentary called The Invisible Empire, New World Order. There's a documentary that I think you should check out. It breaks everything down about the New World Order.
Yeah, that's a pretty old documentary. I think
that one?
Yeah, I've seen it a while ago. It's a good one though. I believe it's one of the Alex Jones's documentaries.
Yeah,
have you seen the Obama Deception, Steve?
Oh, the Obama Deception?
Yeah.
That's a documentary also, though, right?
Yes, you can watch it free on YouTube. It basically breaks down. It's like a time machine. And this came out in March of '09, I believe. And it basically predicted everything Obama was going to do, down to Libya, Benghazi, and then the whole 9 yards. And, you got to know Obama is just another puppet, just like Bush. They take orders from the banksters in the New World Order, and they do not work for you, the people. They work for themselves, Steve. And it is a travesty, a tyrannical travesty that is going on in this country.
We live in a tyrannical government that we're in. A lot of people don't even realize it. They keep us in the dark. And this is a time when people really need to start waking up, because right now we're living towards the end. This is the end of America, as you know it.
Well, I sure as hell hope not. Well, I appreciate the call, Steve. It's crazy.
Oh, definitely it is. And then, you got the Exposed, right? You ever saw Exposed?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the Exposed DVDs.
All right. We got about 3 minutes left. I'm going to have to let you go, Steve. I appreciate the call.
Okay.
Great documentaries that Steve has brought up. You should definitely do your own research. Check out these alternative news documentaries. The Obama deception, documentaries like these will open your mind and key you in onto what really is going on. Another half-hour great cartoon, maybe I'll play it on the show one day, it's called The American Dream. It's basically a little cartoon that breaks down the Federal Reserve and how our founding fathers basically advised us about letting the banksters in this country and taking over our monetary system, which has basically happened today. And we will possibly have an economic collapse because of it. And, you know... It is just insane, people. We need to end the Federal Reserve. We need to abolish the Fed, arrest the banksters, and if you don't like my country, you need to get out. Because in my country, we abide by the Constitution. These are natural God-given rights. Since Magna Carta, damn it, we have the right to free speech. We have the right to bear arms, okay? The Second Amendment clearly states a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. It is the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Actually, that right shall not be infringed. Listen, we'll take one more call. Caller, you're on the air really quick. You got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, what's on your mind? Quick.
Yeah, hello, my name is Joe Pepe. I'd just like to say that I love this country. I love America. This is the only country in the world that you can come and do anything that you want. You have more opportunities in this country than anywhere else in the world. You know?
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
Everybody in the country. You know, first we had a white president, and now we got a black president, and people seem to be unsatisfied. I guess we're going to have to get a president that's from Mars somewhere for people to be satisfied.
I appreciate the call, caller. I appreciate the call. Hang up on this fool over here. You sound like an Obamanoid. Obama. Listen, it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Democrat, it's not about Republican. It's about the Constitution, damn it. And if you don't abide and uphold the Constitution, then you're not a good president. You deserve to be impeached. That guy is worse than Bush. And if you don't understand that, you're on drugs. All right, we're almost out of time, people. I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. Thank you for joining me. It is Saturday, February 9th, 2013. We are live, people, in the brand new studio, the Firehouse in Spanish Harlem from New York City. Oh, yes. This is a wonderful experience I'm having here with, I got a nice engineer over here helping me out. This is like I don't even know how to explain it. It's a crazy experience. Well, thank you for joining me. Today's topic of the show is going to be, if you haven't figured it out or nobody has told you yet, the Second Amendment is for hunting. Yes, you didn't know? The Second Amendment is for hunting. Hunting tyrants. Okay? Not hunting deer, not hunting fish, hunting tyrants. Okay, so for all you tyrants out there who want to take our basic liberties and rights, you should think about that before you proceed on taking our rights, because the founding fathers had a message that you will not take our basic human rights, our basic Second Amendment, our God-given rights. I feel excited being here. So we're going to be covering a whole bunch of... Also, you got a crazed maniac cop going around in L.A. Apparently, in his manifesto, he says he's a big supporter of Obama and Piers Morgan. Sounds like a typical Democrat. No, I don't think I'm a Republican. I tell you time and time again, I'm not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am a constitutionalist. And what else do we have? What else that I can get off the top of my mind? Massachusetts, they declared martial law because of the snowstorm. And they say they will arrest you if they see you out on the street driving your car. News topics today. Once again, my printer is down. I can't help looking myself at this big TV over here. This is great. My printer is down, so I don't have my news articles in front of me. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the number out. Let me just put that number out there, 212-860-3583. That is 212-860-3583. I need you, the viewer, to help me out with some news topics. If you haven't heard, there's a big asteroid. It's going to pass by the Earth. Who knows? Maybe it may hit us. Who knows? You know how NASA is. They'll tell you one part of the story, but they won't tell you the other part. Good evening, my family, my friends. I don't hear myself.
You're on.
I'm on?
You're on.
All right. Good evening, my thank you. Good evening, my family, my friends, and my enemies. We are live. This is Live Free or Die.